What's up, everybody? It's Pete, and this is game 17 in my Risk Global Domination rank up series. I'm currently ranked 81,000s, and we have a win-loss rate of 11 to 5, I think. So, currently playing against a beginner, and a novice. Okay, first position is an AI. Second position is a beginner. Beginner takes, oh, looks like I have a South Am position this game. I might pay that off. Yeah, Orange looks like they take Australia on the first turn, which is the only good time to do that. You get that take, only move the min in, and then reinforce that way. The other way is the same result. Third position is also an AI, and then we have beginner and novice, and I'm last act, so I'm feeling really good about this. All of my opponents currently rank lower than me. Let me just take a look at them. Okay, 2 wins, 5 losses. Okay, so this beginner is fairly new at the app. Maybe they have played Risk before. Oh, this is okay. I'm actually playing against beginners, so you don't really have fair sense of their skill level because of such a low number of games. The app starts you out as a novice, but you can skill up quickly if you rack up a lot of wins against higher ranked opponents. Yeah, it really looks like I've been given the South America play this time around. So I'm going to put all my troops in Argentina. That'll be 9 because I'm last act. I'll be getting 6 on my first turn. Take the 2, take the 1, hopefully hold, and reinforce south with an eye to move into Mexico on the remaining turn, and then I'll start bolstering my exclaves, should they survive. But being gifted a continent on the first turn is pretty good. I don't think any of my opponents can disrupt that, so I should be able to accrue enough advantage from taking an early South America to win this game. We shall see. So 7-on-2 is 100% to win. I hope I don't lose too many troops. I don't lose any. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm defending South America with a 7 and a 4. Move in there. Take Mexico next turn, consolidate, and then start bolstering my exclaves. Ukraine is a great position also to strike from. So if I have my my breadbasket, so to speak, generating me extra troops, and then I have a forward striking position, that is an ideal setup. And to be given it on turn 1 is just fantastic. So Orange is in a similar position. So Orange will be moving, but they attack too much. Don't do that. You really only need to attack and take 1 territory a turn for the first 2, 3, 4 turns. And if you can get in position, that's fine, but board position is secondary to holding cards and being in the right place at the right time. When I say board position, I mean like having a contiguous empire of territories or even a continent. Continents are secondary in progressive. I'll take it if it's easy to take, but I won't overextend to do so. Because that's the whole thing, right? If you leave yourself vulnerable to counterattack, then you're the fish. And losing games that's how you lose. Okay, green focuses on North America. Looks like green and I will develop to become natural enemies this game. I'm going to put 1 unit in Brazil. I'm going to put 1 unit in Venezuela. This is going to be my take, because I will consolidate this 5, will act as my reinforcement there. I'll put the rest in Ukraine. And from then on, I will be able to expand out of Ukraine. I'm fine with holding Mexico. I really don't like North Africa. It's just too much of a board nexus. It connects to too many territories. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, 6 is the max. So I think there's only a couple of territories that connect to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Central Canada does. Ukraine and Mideast does. I think China does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and North Africa. So these are nexuses, right? These are the place where if you're holding inside of them, you can attack out. But if you okay, so as I said on my turn, I'm going to put 1 in Brazil, 1 in Venezuela. My take will be Mexico. And reinforce. Okay, and I start to pull significantly ahead in the troop count. I should probably bolster this defense too. Maybe next turn I'll put an extra 2 men in there. Because I don't want any of my opponents getting the bright idea that they can break my continent. But what's perfect about this situation in Ukraine is because it's a nexus, I can strike out. And yeah, so as I was saying, the problem with North Africa specifically, and to a lesser extent the Middle East, but Ukraine is also a victim of this, is people need to move through you. So like if you're holding a lot of troops in Kamchatka, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, Kamchatka connects to 5, which is still a lot. If you're holding a lot of troops in North Africa or Kamchatka, sometimes players need to move through you to get to defeat an opponent on the other side of the board. So you really don't want to hang out there. You just, however, I really like hanging out in the Middle East. If I were to pick a single territory that I would like to have at my have a large troop stack at my start, it would be Mideast. Okay, Green says North America is mine. I'm fine with that. Please, you clean this up. So it's massive, massive AI army. Fine by me. Thin yourself out. You're never going to hold North America. So there's really no point in getting more than one easy take. But maybe they don't know that, because Risk's strategy is fairly new. Like I have an eye to skilling up in this game. I've put a lot of time into it. I mean, I've been playing Risk since I was 10 years old or so. It's 27 years in the game. So I calculated my probabilities when I was younger of the dice rolls. So I figured out, you know, that attackers have a slight edge in general. What is your odds of winning in a 3-on-2, on a 2-on-2, on a 1-on-2, and so on? And this is very helpful because I think it's key to your strategic gameplay to make informed decisions. Informed decision making is the name of the game. I'm going to take Japan for 2 reasons. The one I spoke of earlier about just getting out of the way. I don't need to be in Kamchatka, and my armies were allowed to survive. So now I move into Japan and get out of the way. If players want to connect, maybe Yellow wants to connect through their armies here. I guess Yellow's a bot, but the rule still applies. Japan is this nice out-of-the-way place. I don't think my opponents can kill me, right? Because I'm holding this territory that's so far away. I think for the rest of the game, I'm just going to keep putting 1 unit in Japan. And that way, even if I get punched really hard at some point, I will not lose. So there's always a chance to come back. I play to my outs, right? I usually can predict when I'm about to lose, just like I usually can predict who I can take, but it's not 100%, and if you can make yourself harder to kill, you know, survive to the next turn, that's all you need to do, right? Don't lose now. Sometimes I'm in that position where I have to ask myself, how do I not lose right now? So, we are at the end of the 4th turn. Does Green continue on in North America? Don't put them there. They are locked within yourself. That is a beginner play, if I've ever seen one. 3-on-1. Do they get it? They do. I'm happy for you, Green. 3-on-1 is not guaranteed odds, right? 3-on-1 is fairly weak odds. 4-on-1 is 97%. 5-on-1 is 100 in balance splits. To get 100 on 2, you need 7 armies. To get 100 on 3, you need 9, I think? 8 armies is 97, so I usually just put 8 on 3s, and I'll accept that I lose 3% of the time. This is what I'm talking about, probability, right? You need to know your odds of winning any given move so that it can help inform where you put your troops and which attacks you decide to make. Having the confidence of 100%, this is what I like about Balanced Blitz, having the confidence of 100% is really nice. It makes for a much faster paced game. I understand that true random is a more accurate representation of the pure game of Risk, but I'm happy with how Balanced Blitz tends to play out, because it's another one of those things where it's an edge. Anything predictable makes you it gives you an edge to exploit it, essentially. I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to move right back so that I still basically have the exact same front I had before, but now I'm spread out. Right, I'm starting to develop my striking position, and I'm also starting to develop my secret defensive position. So this is, if I were to give a model example of where I want to be at the end of the fourth turn, this is it. So I have the highest troop stack, 35 troops. I have a breadbasket, so I have a continent that is developing extra troops per turn. I have a fairly large striking position in the center of the board, and I have a sneaky exclave defensive position out of the way. This would be my textbook moment to say, this is where, if I could, have a dream, this is where I would want to be on the fourth turn. So as the fifth turn develops, basically what I'm saying is I really shouldn't lose this game, and if I lose this game, I suck. But let's see how that cookie crumbles. There's always things that can happen that surprise you. Who's the fish? Green takes their one back. They need to get this 9 out of themselves. You don't want to lock your big army within your own borders, because then it can't strike out. 2-on-1 fails. What are the odds for 2-on-1? Like 40-something%? Yep. Green retakes. Okay, so they threaten. They move their army, so now their big army can only attack me. So in this situation, my initial intuition is, my instinct rather, is to retreat. So Green is saying, I want North America! Give me North America! Right? So, okay, you can have North America, because I would love to see them fight these armies as well. That's 11 units of material of my opponents that I don't have to punch through. So, if I retreat, I'm going to put 1 unit on, so we remain at parity. And if I retreat, they certainly will take, and then they can move elsewhere. And it's a friendly move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 unit here to remain at parity. I'm going to put 1 unit here to be at 10. My continent looks strong. I'm going to put the rest in Ukraine. Then I'm going to make a smiley face saying, hey, Green, you're my buddy, right? And I'm going to attack there, get my easy take, and now I'm in basically the same position as the turn before. I should have put 1 more troop in Japan, but I have 3 10+ armies. 2 of them are holding my continent, and 1 of them is in a position to take. Green will move in, and then hopefully move some out. I want to see them get involved with all of this, because that will be instrumental in taking out purple and yellow later on. If I don't have to punch through that 6, then yellow only. But yellow doesn't seem to be attacking, so that changes their fishiness. Like, why would I want to defeat an opponent where there's nothing in it for me? I don't want to kill you because I want to kill you. I want to kill you because I require your resources. Okay. Blue has taken Africa. They have an exclave up here. I can't let Blue have Africa. But I should, because I don't want to piss them off. I don't want to fight this fight. I want all of these troops that they have to go somewhere else. Okay, so green has not taken my offer. They're going to attack, and then they're going to look, and they're going to say, well, I outnumber them. So this is where I don't want to be. Is someone else... it's envy. Okay, here we go. Green will be punching me. So now I have to fight green. So they didn't like my defensive offer. And they say, fuck this guy, I'm going to kill him. Let's see how that goes. Doesn't look like it's going to go very well for me. Ugh. I lost 11, they lost 4. Okay. As I said, this is sometimes how that cookie crumbles. Brutal. What is the match worth? Sorry for the dead air. When the board totally changes for you, there's a lot of thinking that I have to do. It's like, how do I not lose? How do I win? I've gone from the lead to the bottom position in basically one move. It's a good move for them. They got lucky, though. I mean, it's not a great move because they don't really get any value out of it, and they matched early to do so. Okay, I'll be trading in my first match, and it will be worth 10. I've lost South America. I don't think I'm going to get it back. I don't think there's anything in it for me to fight that fight. Purple has not gone offline. They just aren't playing. Okay, I match. Where do I go? I'm going to work on green. Okay, so green is now on this side of the board. Do I have a match? I don't. Okay. Blue is probably going to invade. If I was blue, I would have probably killed them right now. It looks like they had the troops to do it. But blue's gone offline. Oh no. Blue's an AI. What am I talking about? I don't know why I thought blue was a human, so I got distracted by that. Yeah, I'm in one of the weakest positions now. It's great. Okay, so this is a great example of how you can go from confident, strong leading position to the worst position on the board in one of your opponent's moves. I'm not really sure that green saw that, but this was also instrumental, removing them out of Asia, because now they have one contiguous empire, and I'm going to work on them, right? I'm really going to make sure that they see and know that that type of behavior is not rewarded. Okay, you got my continent. So now you're going to incentivize the bot to break you. And this is great, actually, that having blue be a bot, because they can actually expand out of Africa, and then there's just less territories in the rest. As long as I'm in the right position, there's less territories in the rest of the board where all of your opponents are concentrated. So the more concentrated they are, the easier they are to pick off. Okay, purple matches 20. Wow. What do you do with that? I really hope I don't just get fucking eaten. Green has 24. Put all of them there and take green. That's what you do. That's how you win this game. My frustration is showing. They don't have time for an attack. Okay, so purple has built a solid wall between me and any of my opponents in that direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the other way. I'm going to take the 4 in Ural, and I'm going to put my 12-point army in Kamchatka so that we can get into green this way. And hopefully they don't match, and I do, and then they'll be holding 5 cards, and I will defeat them through Kamchatka. This is my new plan. So green is now the fish. Let's see if they match. They're probably not feeling threatened by me. We're on different sides of the board, so they likely aren't thinking that I'm thinking about taking them next turn. Orange breaks. Fine by me. Yep, this is my plan. I have a match. I'll be putting in 25 troops. Green only has 24. They'll put 3 on, so they'll be 27. Whatever they take, which looks like it'll be a lot. They don't have an easy take either. They have to break that fat stack. Oh, get the 9 out of my way. Beautiful. This is perfect. Attack, attack. No! Oh! I was so hoping that that barrier in Alaska wouldn't be there. But that's fine. I'll punch through it despite. I don't care at this point. I have to kill green. Green didn't match. They'll be holding 5 cards. Do I have the strength? I guess they don't get a take. 4 on 5 isn't going to do it, my friend. They don't get a take. 4 cards. I don't care. You know what? Worst case scenario, I don't get to defeat them, but I get to punish them horribly. Best case scenario, I do get to defeat them match in turn. And then I'm off to the races. It really comes down to if I win this 9 fight here. Purple really seems to be struggling with their ability to play. Okay, that actually changes my plan a little bit. Because now, seeing as how I want to punch through this anyways, it almost makes sense for me to put a couple of units here to ensure that I at least get yellow's cards. But I can't really afford those units if I'm trying to defeat. Oh, I get the bonus on the territory I'm holding. Okay, so 28. Green only has 30. I'll put 2 troops here and put 3 troops there. See what I get. So now, worst case is even if I fail, I can still likely defeat yellow, and then I'm not so behind on the troop stack. Okay, I'm not looking great. So I have less troops now than green, and I have to split. So do I break their continent? Yeah, I think I do. Now let me see if I win this fight. I do. Okay. 2 cards is pretty good. I think I do break their continent, because fuck them. Eat my balls. You don't get beats on me like that and get away with it. And I have a match. Okay. Good. Good thing I took out yellow. Hopefully green still doesn't have a match because they didn't get a take last turn. But maybe they didn't check because they didn't think they needed it. You need it now. I'm gonna fucking kill you. So, I'm not above revenge. I really like how humans are emotional creatures, and sometimes revenge plays a big role in the game of Risk for me. Sometimes if it If I'm really confident that I can't just win a game, then I'll make sure that the person who put me in that situation can't win either. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that as an opponent, you should always respect the other and look at what they're doing and say, well, if I can, they don't have a match. Yes! 5 cards, all mine. Cool, connect yourself, connect yourself. Give me 1 shot. If they connect themselves, I can run in this way. If they don't, I have to put all my troops on Mexico -5 to take that and then run in and split. I'd rather not split if I don't have to. Connect, connect, connect. Yes, looks good. Do it. Okay. So, I eat green next turn with my match. I'm also going to be a dick about it. I'm going to give them the stick my tongue out the face. Oh, okay, great. Purple saves me from having to deal with that exclave. And I'm just going to indicate my displeasure before I take them out of the game. Been nice knowing you, Green. I'm glad you're dead. So, they took me out of my breadbasket, but I kill you dead. Feels good. Revenge has been had. I am satisfied. My bloodlust is sated for the moment. Can I kill blue? How do you defeat... What's 100% odds on 5? 10? 10 on 5? Let's find out. 10 on 5 is 93%. Okay. So we need 11 on 5 then? I can also kill purple. By the looks of it. Yeah, this is the end of the game. Don't waste my joker. $11 on 5 is 97%. Okay, 12 on 5 is the magic number. Now I know. And purple goes down. And finally orange. Okay, so we got to the explosive end state of the game. I don't think any of my opponents were playing as if this was a possibility. So they were all seemingly jockeying for position and focusing on their board. But as soon as you take cards in the end game, you really start to explode. We'll give them a good game and close it out. Alright, so I did win, and I won through a fairly aggressive assault on my main position. That was unexpected. So this is a great example of a lot of lessons that you want to learn this game. How to be in the best position, how to go from being in the best position to being in the worst position, and then how to still pay that off in the late game. Started the game ranked intermediate, 81,390, playing against 2 beginners and a novice. Do we go back to expert? Yes, 69,146, 17 games played, 12 wins, 5 losses. Thank you very much for your attention and interest. I really hope some of this was valuable to you, and for all of you on the path to world domination. Good luck and good games.